What's up, G Squad? My name's Gianni, back with another video today for the channel. This is going to be a helpful video and a vlog style video. You know, today we're going to start right off the bat. We're going to get into the 5 weight loss tips that you need to start today in order to see results. A lot of people overcomplicate it, honestly, and it's not that complicating. You know, to get started, you do not need to go do 5 miles and, oh, I'm gonna eat chicken and rice every day. It's not that complicating, you know, and I know that's very difficult. It was difficult for me in the beginning. You think like, oh man, I gotta do all this and that, and it's like overwhelming for the mind. I mean, the mind seeks the easiest path possible, not the hardest path possible. And it's not that you have to do the hardest path possible, but I mean, in order to put the hard work in, you gotta just start somewhere. So going off bat to just doing chicken and rice, running 5 miles a day, that's not feasible for almost anyone. To start, number 1, tracking calories. This is so crucial and important because without this, you do not know how much you're consuming, you don't know what you're consuming, you don't know the macros, which can play a factor into it. But ignoring all that, again, to simplify, calories. Everything has calories in it. You know, for food, from rice to a potato, whatever. That's the unit of measurement for tracking how much energy a food item has. So, for example, like a little Rice Krispie bar, you know, those like mini ones that you used to eat in like school and whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, the little squares. Those are about like 45 calories, 40 calories a square. And it goes all the way up to like a cup of rice, I think is 300 off the top of my head, maybe 150 for half a cup. So, I mean, that's basically the gist of a calorie, and it's on the back of the labels for everything. And then fruits and veggies usually have one standard that are not on the thing, the packaging sometimes, but it's online, it's all over the place. So again, to lose the weight, you really got to focus on the calories. I mean, without focusing on that, you won't get too far. I mean, you can run 5 miles a day and eat what you want, but you know, at the end of the day, you cannot outwork a shitty diet, honestly. It's just the truth. You really got to sit down and understand calories. And again, I know in the beginning, there's just so many things to learn and to know. But without learning the calories, you are going to put yourself in a big hole, and it's going to be really difficult. Everyone has a different calorie amount. You need to find your base calorie amount, the amount of calories you need every day to just function. Sit on the couch and you burn a certain amount of calories. That's what you need to find out. There's tons of calculators online. You can just Google like how many calories do I need to eat per day, or calorie calculator, and they'll give you a ballpark. Again, everyone is different. These are things you fine tune, but to start today and to get into the gym, or just to start at least with the calories, just type all your data, like, you know, I'm 500 pounds and I'm 6'1" and I'm 24 and I'm a female, something like that. You type all that in on the calculators, and it'll give you that information. And there's different ways to calculate that, but again, it's a ballpark to get you started. So tip number 2, learn to cook and make basic meals. Being able to cook and learn how to spice things up is so important on a diet. You know, cooking is it's a stress reliever, it's fun, but even if you don't like to cook, it's so important to know what you're putting in the food and to be able to cook healthy meals and to make them yourself. Seriously, guys, I mean, the stuff they put in food in America and even in other parts of the world is just absolute garbage. It's just so bad for you. It's not healthy. And ignoring all that, even if you want to eat unhealthy things, if you know what's in it, you can really lose weight much quicker because you can track the calorie. Like if you want to eat a whole tub of ice cream that's 1,000 calories, by all means go do it, if that's what you want to do to lose weight. If that works for you, then that works for you, do it. That does not work for me, but if it works for you, no one's stopping you. But that's the thing, it's very important that you know what's in your food, and that's why eating out and, you know, some foods that don't track properly, or sometimes they even lie, it's difficult. So sticking to, you know, very generic things to spice it up, like buy chicken and rice and then buy some veggies and maybe some potato chips, and mixing it together. All these combinations you can do, guys. It's so simple. And that's what, in the beginning, it was so hard for me to understand, but it's not as complicating as it seems. It's like a science almost. Honestly, it really is. And to be able to kind of understand the formula and break it down is going to help you big time on your journey. And that was a big key factor for me, especially in the end, to lose the stubborn weight. And then tip number 3, increase your NEAT. You know, what you need to do is really just take the stairs when you can. Walk the extra mile if you can. Again, just any little thing that adds up. You know, again, the mile is a little bit drastic, but you get what I'm saying. Anytime you can walk, you can move, you can jump, hike, whatever you can do, you need to do it if possible. And, you know, just don't be lazy is what I'm saying, you know. And I was so lazy in the beginning. Again, if there's an escalator and the stairs, you know yourself, you're gonna take the escalator, right? I mean, come on, we need to really just focus on that and take the stairs or walk. Again, I'm not shaming anyone. That's not the purpose of the video. It's to be informative and to help you to do what I was able to do, lose 180 pounds total. Again, I started, all these little things add up, the calories, they add up. And anything you can do to increase your calorie, you know, expenditure for the day is huge to lose weight. And it allows you to eat more potentially if that's what you like to do, or just to lose weight quicker. And again, making the steps 10K a day is what I stick to minimum now. I used to walk like 2,000 steps a day, honestly. That's what most of us do. No one really goes over 5,000 steps anymore. And if you really push, it's about an hour a day walking 3 miles on the treadmill. I have walked, I mean, over 365 days in a row now. I walk every day basically for the past, you know, few years, but let's just say the past year I've noticed, I've really tracked. It really is about 30 minutes. You can get about 5,000 steps if you push it. And an hour a day, that's very simple. You work all day long or something, then no problem. Walk 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there. You know, slow, steady pace. 3 miles is usually what I do to get that, but you know, you can do anything, honestly. It's not that complicating. And that's, I keep saying that because I don't want you to overcomplicate it and get all worked up and then, you know, not start. You need to start today to see progress. And then trick number 4, training. You really got to look what you're doing in the gym, and again, basic structure of walking, running, treadmill, all these things. You don't have to do hard cardio. And you know what? You know what's the funny thing, guys? I lost the most weight when I was not working out in the gym and I was not doing heavy cardio. I know all these fitness YouTubers and everyone, they always want to say, oh, you got to run 5 miles and you got to run this and run that and stay, you know, stay doing hard cardio the whole week and you gotta juice up and all these things. I know not everyone says that, but everyone says a variant of something like that, a lot of people. And really, if you just walk and eat properly, you'll be pretty lean, if not shredded. I mean, I was able to get 6-pack at one point, barely even working in the gym, just walking. It's seriously, it's that simple. Alright, and back with tip number 5 now. Is eat a very high protein diet. Honestly, there are lots of recommendations, but generally you should eat 1 gram of protein per body weight. So if you're 180 pounds, you should try and get 180 grams of protein a day. Eating a high protein diet is really important, guys. This is going to help you to stay satiated and stay full all day round and things like that. You do not want to be constantly picking at carb foods that make you hungrier. Now, again, if that works for you, do it. But for me, I have to eat lots of protein to stay full. And eating about, you know, 180 grams to 200 grams of protein, you lose 30% of those calories. And what do I mean by that? Is that protein takes about 30% of the calories consumed to burn. So, and I think carbs are like 3 to 4% and fat is like 0 to 1. So eating a high protein diet, you can eat even more technically, but you'll even be burning more weight if you're in that process while you're doing that. So anyways, guys, please like, subscribe, hit the bell button to stay updated for future videos. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.